Welcome to FundStory. Today is a Sunday afternoon and 15th of May 2022. So the topic for today is let us learn why 12% return in a SIP of a mutual fund scheme, that is a monthly investment per month, will not make you reach your goals. And why is that? We'll learn a concept in this video why this 12% return in SIP will not be worthwhile for your efforts. So stay invested in this video till the end to learn the concept as well as the bonus secret on how millionaires make most of their investments. So let's move ahead. First, let's take an example to clarify this point. So let's say there are two persons, one is getting 10% rate of return and another is getting 12% rate of return for what? A SIP of rupees 10,000 per month for a period of 5 years. So obviously 10,000 into 12, 1,20,000 into 5 is the total capital invested for both the persons, and it will be same. The future value is 77 lakhs 7 lakhs 71,000, 8 lakh 11,000. Sorry for that mistake. Now the capital appreciation, we are now bifurcating and going deep into this data. So 1,71,000 is the capital appreciation for this guy number 1, and the guy number 2, the person number 2 has a 2,11,000 appreciation. So the difference is just 39,000 for the second person. Now what is there in this data? We'll further bifurcate into the component of capital and appreciation. What is this capital percentage? This is the percentage of capital in your future value or the end value or the maturity value, if you want to call that. So out of this 7,71,000, 78% is your capital only. That means more than 3/4 of the final value is your capital, while the appreciation part is like 1/4. Same with the 12%, the second person who has got 12%, his 3/4 of the total value is his capital only, while the appreciation part is 26%. Now you will tell me that why should we invest? If this is so, we are getting back just our capital. The appreciation part is minimal in a SIP. That is where our concepts come in. Now let's move this data forward to 10 years. Let me update the time at the back end. Yes, 10 years now. So you can see gradually, still this is above 50%. In the 10%, the person is having a capital component of 60% out of the future value, and the person B is having a 54% component in capital out of the final value. So still it doesn't look very pretty, right? So what is going on? The thing is that in the first 10 years, you are just tilling your land or you are doing the farming. That means you are just preparing your land for the great harvest that will come later on. So let's go to 15 years. Of course, if you are getting a good appreciation in 10 years and your financial goal is achieved, then there is no point holding on to that SIP if that goal is achieved. Suppose you had invested for your daughter's or son's children's education, which is 15 years. You have a SIP of 15 years, but you wanted a capital of, let's say, 40 lakhs. That was achieved in 10 years. Then you don't need to invest for 15 years. You can take that component, take your capital out and put it in a safe fixed deposit or a very low duration debt fund, right? So that way you should link the investments to goals so that you do not have to stay unnecessarily invested for the amount of years that you initially had planned, right? So what we learned is that linking your investments to goals is as important as returns. So the next part, now both are investing for 15 years. Now you can see the capital component has come down further and it is below 15%, 50%. So your appreciation is more now. So here it is like one third is like the capital and almost two thirds is the appreciation if you're getting 12% rate of return. So now the second lesson or second concept is that your ideal C period is generally 15 years, even if you get a 12% return. Then only you can hope to get more out of your invested capital, right? Second thing is the amount of capital that you invest in the initial years, that is most important. So these two components is in our hands, that is time and the amount of capital we put in. So when there is a downturn in the market like now, it's obvious that you have to put in more money. Suppose, for example, someone has taken out capital as of now from equity related mutual fund. All this calculation, if he does, he'll see that he is only taking out his capital. After 10 years also he'll be taking out his capital, because when the market goes down your profitability also goes down, and when something goes down, if you take that component out, it will not be able to regain that appreciation after 5 years, because you are never going to put that back. If you are taking out 40,000, 50,000 as of now, for example, then you will forget about it. You will spend that money and forget about it. You will never put it back even if the market corrects by 10%. That is another secret that the millionaires or the successful investors do not do. That is take out capital, right? So what they do is whatever component they can afford to invest for a long horizon, that component only they will invest, so that they will not touch that. So that is the secret, first secret of the millionaires. Now coming back to this example. Now let's say we'll put it for 20 years, right? I'm updating the data at the back end. Yeah, so both have invested for 20 years. Now you see there is a significant, the tables have turned. What happened is that now one third of the capital out of the future value or the final value is one third only for the person A, and for person B who is getting a little bit more return. The thing is that only about one fourth of the total future value is the capital, and rest three fourths is capital appreciation. And in the first person's case, it is 67%, meaning two thirds of his, more than two thirds of his total surplus value, final value is appreciation. Now that's called appreciation. So what you have done, first 10 years you have painfully invested and invested and invested. Gradually as time goes on, your appreciation increases and the capital component decreases. Yes, that is the secret of main secret of all the successful investors. If you see Warren Buffett, if you read the Berkshire Hathaway annual report, you'll find that their profitability per year is like you only 20%, 19%, maybe 18% also sometime. But what they have done, they have invested for 70 to 80 years. Can you do that? Okay, you cannot do that, obviously. We are small investors, but at least compared to 70 years, 20 years is nothing. It's like one third of the time. That's why. Uh, Now, suppose you'll say that what happens if we continue it for 40 years? Let's see the magic. Now, let's say in this example only, the person who is getting less returns, he pursued investing till for 40 years, while the person who has got 12% return took out the money at the end of 20 years. Let's see the difference. See, 55 lakhs 94 sorry 5 crore 59 lakhs 46,000, 5 crore 59 lakhs at 10% rate of return, and the capital is just a minuscule 9% now. 91% of this component is only profits, that is capital appreciation. That is the power of compounding. While this person only 91 lakhs 98,000 in 20 years. This is 5 crore 59 lakhs. See the magic. Now let's say this is, let's say, Warren Buffett, 70 years. Now you count it. 99 crore 70 lakhs 18,479. 1% is the capital now. Although he is investing 10,000 every year. 99% is appreciation. There is no capital. Everything is profit. So important thing is time. What amount of time you can give? And coming to this, let's say uh, you can treat this like a, this is a secret, this you can treat this like a property. Suppose you keep on investing 10,000, 10,000, and you can easily, through a will or through nominee, you can just give this to your son and grandson. They can take it forward and keep reaping benefits. There is no capital component, only profits. So this is how you can carry forward your legacy, right? You might say that 70 years I cannot invest. Okay, good. You invest for 25 years. Small amount, keep on investing forever. Then you ask your son or your daughter to continue it. Let them continue. Nobody will know how much you have. If you buy a house, it will take maintenance. If you buy a property, it will take maintenance. There may be some problems, legal problems also someday. Nobody knows. If there are two sons, two daughters, there may be a fight. And keeping a property is not that easy. I mean, there has to be, it has to be taken care of. There has to be maintenance. All these things are there. Here, there is no maintenance. Just investing, investing, and investing. So this, through this, I have given you a picture of how people can create wealth over generations also. Just a small component. If even if you're a senior citizen, you just start for 10 years, 15 years, then you let your son and daughters or even your grandson to continue this. It will be a legacy. You can, right, a small component only. So that's how the most profitable and great investors invest. So this is what I wanted to tell you. So overall, there are three lessons from this. One is that first 10 years, there is no point checking your returns day in, day out. The only thing you have to do that is in your control is the amount of money, that is the effort you put in. Putting money is nothing but your effort. Money is a manifestation of your efforts, right? So the effort has to be put in first 10 years. Then second is the component of time, right? So these two things is in our hands. Then the third thing, what is that? What these people like Warren Buffett do? They will keep on investing over a very long period of time. That is the secret of the uh, millionaires or the successful investors. So I hope this video was useful to you and remember this thing. Yeah. And final thing. Yes. So some of you have asked that it's better to do AFD. Why to put the money in this kind of a instrument if we are just getting our capital back? Let's say you are getting a 6% return on a recurring deposit in a bank, which is still not there. It's not at 6%, it is for senior citizens only, say in some banks. But let's say for the sake of simplicity, we are taking a 6% rate of return and it is for 10 years. Okay. Now, contrast this. Capital is 74%. Same thing. And the final outcome is much less in 10 years. Correct this. When we are discussing 10 years in a recurring deposit, how much is it? 16,32,000 over 10 years. And let me put it at 10%. Yeah. So what happens is that this is 20 lakhs. So the capital appreciation difference 3 lakh 81, almost 4 lakhs is the difference on a capital of how much? 12 lakhs. So you are getting 1/4 of your capital more when you are investing in a 10% returns instrument as against the 6% returns instrument of recurring deposit. Of course, there are tax components as well. If you are in the highest tax bracket or you are paying taxes, then this 6% will come down further. And this 10%, it can be planned to have a very less component of taxes. So I hope this video was extremely useful for you. Do give me your feedback and subscribe to our channel.